Are you ready to break free from your limitations? You need to watch this if you struggle with doubt and fear. Imagine Peter stepping out of the boat, daring to walk on water. His faith in Jesus made the impossible possible, until fear crept in. We all have moments when the waves of life feel overwhelming, but remember, Jeremiah 32:27 says, "Is anything too hard for God?" The answer is no. Faith kicks in where human power ends. Think of the Roman centurion who believed Jesus could heal just by speaking a word. His faith was unshakable because he trusted God's power over his own understanding. A.W. Tozer said, "God seeks those with whom he can work." What if you stepped out in faith, just like Peter? What if you believed, as George Muller did, that faith doesn't operate in the possible? D.L. Moody reminds us to make big plans. God can handle your biggest dreams and fears, so why limit yourself? Today, surrender your limitations and step out in faith. Keep your eyes on Jesus, not the storm. What impossible thing are you believing God for? Drop a comment below and let's encourage each other. Imagine the feeling of stepping out of your comfort zone just like Peter did. The boat represents safety, the known, the predictable, but stepping out onto the water, that's where faith begins. It's in those moments of uncertainty that we truly discover the depth of our belief. Peter's initial steps were filled with confidence because his eyes were fixed on Jesus. But the moment he looked at the waves, doubt set in. How often do we do the same? We start with strong faith, but the moment we face challenges, our focus shifts from God to the problem. The stormy seas of life can be daunting. Financial struggles, health issues, relationship problems, they all seem like insurmountable waves. But remember, Jesus is always there, extending his hand, ready to lift us up. Just as he did with Peter, he will do with us. Our faith may falter, but his love and power never do. Jeremiah 32:27 is a powerful reminder of God's omnipotence. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? This verse challenges us to shift our perspective. Instead of focusing on the size of our problems, we should focus on the greatness of our God. Faith is the bridge between our limitations and God's limitless power. When we reach the end of our strength, that's where God's strength begins. The Roman centurion's story is a testament to this. He didn't need to see Jesus perform the miracle, he believed in his word. That's the kind of faith that moves mountains. The centurion's faith was rooted in his understanding of authority. He knew that Jesus had authority over sickness and death. Do we recognize the authority of Jesus in our lives? Do we trust him enough to believe that he can handle our biggest challenges? A.W. Tozer's words remind us that God is looking for people who are willing to step out in faith. He wants to partner with us to accomplish his purposes, but we must be willing to take that first step, even when it seems impossible. Stepping out in faith means trusting God more than our circumstances. It means believing that he is bigger than our fears and doubts. George Muller, a man known for his unwavering faith, once said, "Faith does not operate in the realm of the possible. There is no glory for God in that which is humanly possible. Faith begins where man's power ends." D.L. Moody's encouragement to make big plans is a call to dream beyond our limitations. God is not intimidated by our big dreams. In fact, he invites us to dream big because he is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. So why do we limit ourselves? Why do we let fear and doubt hold us back? Today, let's choose to surrender our limitations to God. Let's step out in faith, keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus. The journey of faith is like climbing a mountain. It's challenging, it requires perseverance, but the view from the top is worth it. When we trust God and step out in faith, we experience his power and presence in ways we never thought possible. Today, what impossible thing are you believing God for? Is it a breakthrough in your career, healing in your body, restoration in your relationships? Whatever it is, know that God is able. Keep your eyes on Jesus, not the storm. The storm may rage, but Jesus is our peace. He is our anchor in the midst of the storm. Drop a comment below and let's encourage each other. Share your stories of faith, your struggles, and your victories. Together, let's build a community of faith that believes in the impossible.